Well, I came back from my walk and I think I was fed a story. Right away, whoever I lived with comes up to me and says, "Did you leave the door open?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Well, someone came in when you were out, but when I noticed them, they walked out." And then she said, "Did you leave the door open?" I said, "No, I don't usually leave the door open. I usually lock one of the doors." And then I said, "I think I will lock the white one, which is the big door behind the screen door." She said, "But you didn't lock the screen door, did you?" So it's like, sort of sounds like a story, like she knows that I only locked the back door and not the screen door. Um, And so it's like her cue to tell me, "Oh, but you didn't lock the screen door and someone broke in." So I think it's possibly a bit of a story. I think possibly she would have called the cops or something if she had been seriously rattled. But I don't know. All her little stories do make me a little bit nervous. When I came here, she thought there was something in the ceiling. And you just happen to hear like noises coming from the ceiling all the time. And stuff. So today is like, oh, a person came in. And sure enough, I'd be nervous too if someone actually did come in. But, and now I don't want to be left here alone because, I mean, what if someone did come in? What if it was a real story? I'd be like scared to stay in here because it means our house may be a target to something. But I don't know, to me, the way she said, "But you didn't lock the screen door, did you?" And so I think she's made a story to attack me for not having had locked the screen door, because it seemed to have been what she already knew, that I didn't lock the screen door. I locked the white door. It's not very usual for me to go out without locking any doors, but the white door should be just as good as the screen door. Even when she goes out, sometimes she only locks one of the doors. And that's okay then, but when I don't do it and she notices, it's like, a big thing, pretty much. So feeling a little bit negative over that. I mean, but at the same time also a little bit nervous, scared of being here alone if it's true that someone walked in. So I definitely don't want to be like around if anyone does want to break in here. There's lots of stuff that we have for someone to be able to steal. But I wouldn't want to meet that circumstance. That would make me feel scared for even being left alone, and I'm alone in here all day long, every day pretty much, and it would make me not want to stay here by myself. So, but I would hate to have that a true story, but I think it was a little bit of a lie, just to outline the fact that they know that I left and I didn't lock the front screen door, because I'm pretty sure I did lock the back door. I'm pretty sure that's sort of what I did, because I was thinking about it when I was leaving, which door I should lock. So yeah, so I'm not actually sure if that's true. I mean, when I came back, the screen door was locked and the other white door was wide open, and so they probably just opened the white door and realized the screen door was left unlocked, and it's sort of attacking me in a softer way to tell me that I should always lock the screen door as well before I go out, even if they don't. So, it's an annoying little story for me to meet when I come back from my walk. But I'm always thinking, oh, this person's like trying to be an actress now that they're semi-retired. They're trying to create little dramas around you. and just for fun sort of thing. So so I'm not really thinking very positively towards the other person, because they've done the same thing, created a huge drama before, and it's like them telling me, for me, it's like watching someone who wants to be an actress. It's watching someone who's creating a drama or some play, and it's kind of annoying. I don't like the way they approach me when they want me to leave. They just don't want to say it. I know if they had, pretty much one more screaming fit, I might just leave. So I keep thinking in the back of my mind, what is this, some sort of act that you like to, play around with? It's like, sometimes it seems like it is. And stuff, so I think that was what this is, a little drama to say, I know you didn't lock the screen door, and I'm like, I don't always have to lock the screen door. Anyway, I'll just leave that point alone. I mean, it could have been true, and if it was, she has every right to freak out, but I'm pretty sure I locked the white door instead of the screen door. And the way she referred to me not locking the screen door was like, to me it was a pinpoint that she knows that I didn't lock the screen door. And she wants me to lock it in the future. But she's going to go out shopping soon, and I wouldn't want that person to come back while I'm here alone. So that would terrify me, pretty much, if we did have a person. But I'm pretty sure it was just a story. So I'm like, annoying. That's kind of freaking me out now. I'll think, this house is viable to robbers. Whereas before it wasn't. Maybe strange visitors. We did have a couple of strange visitors when I first moved in, but it wasn't really that big a deal. The strangest one is when we had a visitor around 8 or 9 p.m. and they had carried a ladder, and then they just walked away with the ladder, and after... And I'm like, well, that was one of the strangest visitors that we've had. So it doesn't help that I believe that my mom's kind of lived here before. This is a really old house, and she just happens to have inherited it. It doesn't help that I think that she just needs to make contact with some people around the blocks that near we live, and for her to have reties to old friendships or old relationships or whatever. So, and that doesn't make me feel very stable to live around a group which could support her if everyone recontact each other again. So anyways, I'll stop bitching about her. Like, I would be totally freaked if someone came in, but now that she's told me, I'm like, well, that's going to negatively affect my mindset, because I don't know if it's a true story or not, but sort of think it is. Like, if I think it is, it's a freaky story. I mean, maybe someone will come back. Maybe they'll come back when I'm alone and she's not here. That would doubly freak me. I think it's one thing to have someone visit when you're with someone, and another to have them visit when you're alone. So I think being alone would be a lot more frightening. Yeah. So now I'm just going to forget about that little ghost story and do something with my day. I was going to study, but since I did so badly on my last assignment, I was thinking about waiting for the results before I even contemplated on studying my next assignment, because it's actually a hard topic. I have no idea what I should be talking about, really. And I'm just thinking, maybe I should wait for feedback and get the other assignment, because that will help to prepare me for my next assignment, so. Or I could do what I did with my last assignment and just steam ahead, say whatever I like, and hopefully I get something right. That's what I've been doing lately. I've just been bluffing, and I'm yeah, that's your big gamble. Whatever you want.